Rainbow. Rainbow, 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 rainbow. Hello, it's Neptune Peniel Rainbow Dreamer here. Yeah, well, I was going to write a blog this morning, but a bit like, don't feel like writing. I write so much. So today I thought record a video, and what will I talk about? I thought I might give a little bit of an outline of the new book Phoenix, which is on the cusp of being released. I'm at about one more chapter to go, final chapter, so just about done, and then of course there'll just be a bit of tweaking and squeaking and she'll be ready to bring and give to you. So the book Phoenix, it was started, and it felt really urgent to begin that book. It was started right as all the COVID-19 stuff was happening in Australia. So here we go. It's just a mower going past. Don't worry about that. That was back in February, and I think the month now is June. So it's been quite a quick book actually, but I knew I had to sort of like get it done quickly to sort of seize on, considering it is relatable to the times that we're going through, to get it out as quickly as possible. And so we're just about done. So it does address some of the revelations behind understanding COVID-19 and where that has manifested from. I'm not talking scientifically, I'm talking spiritually. What the matrix behind all of it is, and how that has come about. So that is revealed and explored, not to a huge degree, but it is touched upon in Phoenix. And also the unique aspect to this book is that it's presented as a discussion. I think I've definitely introduced the Ascended Masters in other books, and the previous book, Gracia, I was releasing dictations from different Ascended Masters. In this book, it's a little bit like conversations with God, but not. It's discussions where I know exactly who I'm talking with, and we're working with 3 different Ascended Masters in this book, and discussing just about anything and everything, like discussing whatever needs to be brought through. So the Ascended Masters that I'm working with are Jesus and Mother Mary and Saint Germain, who is the visionary for the Golden Age, which we're moving into, which correlates with the astrological shifts into the age of Aquarius. It's all one and the same. Yes, so in this book also, it's a progressive sort of book which just keeps moving on. It begins with the whole COVID presentation, but then we're looking at what COVID, deeper than, the whole surface level manifestation of like there being a serious disease that has just brought the whole world to a stop. We're exploring the energy behind that and what that means to humanity, as far as, because as time goes by, the actual thing that happened isn't really what mattered. It's how people grow through it. That's what really matters for the future of a planet, what humanity learns. So then we're taking the themes from that and working on it so that it's teaching people, if you choose to join the journey, it gives teachings on how to work on yourself, very practical ones, and then how that affects the world around, because what happens within happens without also. So it's not round the other way. We can't sort of change the world without working within ourselves. So it's an inwards, outwards sort of a flow. And so Phoenix does that. It takes you through, and me, through very practical exercises of working within, and also then translating that and transforming the self, so that in preparation for working with the outer world. And there's a between Mother Mary and Saint Germain, there's a whole series of very, very practical exercises of visualizations, invocations, meditations. Um, yeah, it's sort of like, it's almost a workbook, even though I wasn't really planning on it being that. But there's a lot of practical activities in there that you can do and you can use for yourself to help raise your own vibration, and how to, specifically using your spiritual um, self as an open door for light to come through. That's what we are, and that's what our job is, to clear ourselves so that light can just come through and out into the world. And that's what can have an impact. So you can learn how to actually direct that light very specifically into particular conditions in in the uh, in our world. So, while we see, if we may feel very powerless in this world to have an impact on a really grand scale, we actually can do that. It's probably not going to be recognized by regular people in a regular sort of mindset, but I can guarantee you that using spiritual um, awareness and spiritual action of directing light in this world, it has a really profound impact upon the healing and the progress of this whole planet. And I know this because there were times there where I wasn't doing that quite so directly in my own awareness. I am now. I'm very, very conscious of, how to use myself as a tool for the light. But I am aware of that because I did used to have visions and like prophetic visions of what was going on in the world. And I know I'm not alone in this. It's nothing particularly unique in that. And I know other people saw the same thing, like, impending doom, like from about 2000 onwards. It was just really quite scary. But now that I understand it, I know that there were thousands and thousands of people who were invoking light and who were using themselves as a tool for the divine to direct light, and it averted those disasters. I remember sort of getting to the other side of 2012 where, that was supposed to be the catalyst point, and going, oh, wow, what happened there? Like, it all just seemed to dissipate into nothingness. And I know full well it's because there were people who were very, very specifically directing their energy into changing the whole course of what might have happened with humanity. So we too can do that. And, I just don't see the point in sort of feeling powerless in this world when we do have power, and to just have faith in that power and direct it into what needs to be changed so that we can progress forwards. So Phoenix is this whole rebirth, just as the phoenix dies and turns to ashes and then is reborn from those ashes. That's the time that we're in, and that's what Phoenix represents. The time of COVID, where the old has just suddenly collapsed and turned to ashes, and now humanity is birthing out of that, and we're not going to go back to where we were. That is absolutely impossible, no matter how much people say they want that. Of course certain things will seem the same, but it's all different. It's all different now. So Phoenix is taking us on the journey and to help and challenging to people to think differently and to step outside the box of what has already been, to live a life of potential for what our future can embody and what it can do. So I feel like that's enough speaking for now, and I will say goodbye And I hope this gives a little bit of an insight into the journey of Phoenix. Look forward to seeing it. Bye bye. I love you.